up everyone, Jay here, and I like doing more of these first impression type of videos, just getting the figure straight out of the box, putting it on the table, and kind of giving my 2 cents, right? And without further ado, we're going to look at Moon Studios' IceLand. Moon Studio, aka Zeta. They're known for their combiners. This is going to be their Raiden combiner. Alright, so looking at him, one thing is fairly certain is that he is very well painted. Zeta is not known for their paint, but this guy is great. I kind of want to tell you guys, or show you guys rather, what I'm talking about. Alright, so I have this guy here from their Superion set. However, he's really light. I don't think he has, maybe a little bit of die cast, I don't know. He does have nice ratchets. You know, it's not a bad figure. They don't make bad individual figures. It's just that it seems like they focus more on the overall combiner rather, and that's perfectly fine. But, you know, some of us want to show them individually in their team, you know, in their individual modes as a team. If they're all, the figures are like this, I might just display him in his, in their individual Railbot modes because it's that good. Let's actually show you what's good about him rather than telling you. The head sculpt, which it's probably the weakest point of the figure, unfortunately. They still don't got the head sculpts quite right, but it's not bad. It's much better than anything they put out in the past as far as individual bots go. But yeah, it's just a little soft looking, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's a little soft. The mouth isn't as defined as I would like it to. The expression is a little wonky. However, something that stands out is this beautiful blue metallic paint, silver paint, and I believe this green is even painted. It looks really outstanding and kind of just distracts you from the fact that the sculpt isn't perfect. It's not bad, but it's not great. But the paint itself kind of just makes up for it, in my opinion. Moving down to the chest here, you got this beautiful gunmetal metallic paint. It just pops with yellow details here and red, which is also painted. And then you've got a ton of die cast in this guy. He was actually quite heavy when I first got him, which was literally hours ago, and I was really surprised. I was quite happy. I'm one of those guys that likes their bots heavy, not because it makes it better, it just makes it feel more stable, you know? And again, I don't know if this is going to just completely throw off the combine mode. It may not be even that effective. Maybe the weight will make the combine mode less stable. I don't know yet. I don't have them all. I don't think anyone really has them all yet. However, we're looking at this guy individually, so let's just forget about what it may be in the future and just tell you what it is right now. You got fully painted arms pretty much. Now some of I don't think this is painted here. This is for sure. This is die cast too, I think. No, this is plastic, but the chest is definitely die cast, and I don't have the best sense of touch, I'm sorry. Even the plastic itself that looks like it's not painted, it might just be a sparkly metallic plastic. It still looks good to the point where I can't really tell, so it really doesn't matter. I know this silver is painted as well. The hands are fully articulated, but we'll go over the articulation in a second. I just want to show the deco. You got same gunmetal paint there. The hip flaps are also painted because they are the windows of the train. Thighs are full die cast, very, very chunky, and it feels great. The materials on this guy feel outstanding. The thighs themselves are in this pearlescent off-white color. The plastic looks great in itself. I do know this pearlescent white is paint and green, this flat tone green. I would like if this was a metallic green, but you know, you can't get it all, and honestly the flat green does kind of give it a nice low contrast. The feet are, or at least the toe is die cast. This is plastic here. Yeah, I mean, deco is outstanding. But looking at the articulation, we're going to start up with the head, which is nicely articulated. It's on a ball peg, I believe, which sometimes messes up the neck sculpt, but they actually took the consideration to sculpt a full-on neck piece right there, so that looks actually really nice. Little things like that really show how much care they put into this figure. So all the way down, not all the way down, but a nice range there. You got a good amount up. You got side to side, which is really nice. I like giving my bots some character on their shelves. I like that a lot, actually. And then you got the swivel, of course. you got a double hinge here. It's a hinge right here into another hinge inside of there. So in tandem, you get all the way up here and then 90 degrees, which is quite well done. And I'm happy with that. Using just one of the hinges, you can only get that much, but using all of it together, again, pretty nice range. And this is something I was scared with when I first saw the CAD images, is the articulation, because they are kind of bulky bots, but I think they did a pretty good job working around it. These little shoulder pieces articulate, so if you want to move them up, down, kind of, they don't go fully flush, I believe. Maybe wrong, but yeah, they don't go fully flush, which is fine. I kind of like them at this angle. And then moving on to the shoulder itself, it swivels 360, very nice. The elbow is double hinged, meaning that you can get pretty much the full range, which is good. And then the bicep itself, it swivels. Let me just get a little bit of a tighter view. So it swivels there at the cut joint, and then I already talked about the elbow. However, the hands, the wrists, they swivel nicely. The hands are really, really well done. Better than previous offerings in my opinion. You get the base hinge there, and then the secondary hinge. So pretty much fully articulated. As far as the thumb, you get a ball peg and then a hinge at the ball peg. Alright, so as far as the waist goes, you get a pretty nice range. Actually, you pretty much get the full thing. You can go 360 all the way around. You would think this backpack gets in the way, but it really doesn't. This is flush, and you can move it about to that range. But even flush, you can pretty much still get it. It'll just like kind of move out of your way. So no hindrances there, which is nice. Some good engineering there. As far as the thighs, you can move these little flaps out of the way and access the innards. They're universals, and they can go pretty much out for the full split, which is nice. That's tensioned, and then soft ratchets for about that range. I do have to say, be very careful. I'm already starting to see a little bit of paint chipping. This is full die cast and fully painted in this pearlescent white, so be careful. This will chip if you're not careful. I got some, you can't tell on camera, but I got some chipping here already and in some other places. You can tell that Zeta or Moon Studio, they might not have their painting fully down yet because it's probably a little bit newer. They probably haven't started painting things truly until they made those metallic reissues of Bruticus and Superion. And you can tell it a little bit shows. I mean, regardless, if something is really well painted, it's going to chip no matter what. However, if it's really well painted, it shouldn't be that easy to chip. So I'm not saying it chips by barely touching it, but it will if you're a little bit too rough. So just be aware of that. But you get the thigh swivel there, which is a little limited. However, you get another swivel at the knee, which is really nice and well done. A great way to work around that because this is fairly limited at the thigh. But you get the full range on the knee swivel there. So really nice. Again, I already talked about the ratchets on the hips, and then the knees are also soft ratchets, which feel nice. They're not hard ratchets, unfortunately, but they do feel good and they hold a pose, and that's all that matters. So really good. You got, again, this really nice metallic plastic, sparkly plastic. Looks good. It may even be painted again. We're not going to go over that again. I don't know. It just looks good. You got these details. The sculpted detail looks really nice as well. The feet here are nicely done. You get a full ankle rocker. This is die cast, so be careful. Mine is already chipping on the other one. So you get the full ankle rocker, and then you get the toe tilt down. You don't get anything really up, maybe a little bit. The foot itself moves a little bit down, not much, and not really anything up, but the toe can go down. Unfortunately, it doesn't move up at all, so a little limited there, but the ankle rocker is the biggest thing for me, and it works fine. Before I move on to my conclusion, these are kind of bothering me. I'm gonna give a quick little size comparison here. We got Fans Toys Hydra. Trying to find figures that kind of make sense in the same continuity. And then we have Chrome Dome here. So I don't know if that helps at all, but a nice size. He's a little bit taller than Chrome Dome and a good amount smaller than Hydra or Six Shot here. And I think it's a great scale. I think that looks really nice next to each other. And it just shows kind of the age between all of them and just how Fans Toys always, even if this guy's not very well articulated and there is a lot of flaws, it just shows how well it presents on the shelf. Because these two guys look great next to each other and look like they're in the same caliber. And then I do have Hardhead here. I think is a bit better of a figure than Chrome Dome in my opinion as far as presentation goes. And he is a bit shorter than IceLand here. So hopefully this helps in some regard, but I think overall what I'm trying to get at is he's a nice size. I forgot to tell you guys real quick, I'm putting him in a pose and I forgot to tell you, but the foot itself also swivels at the base. It's like on a ball peg connected to a hinge. So you do, like I already stated, get the rocker, but you also get a nice swivel pretty much all the way around, which is not common even nowadays, so that's a nice touch. But regardless, yeah, I just found that out putting him in a pose. Again, this is a first impressions video, so I may be missing other key factors, hopefully not too much. But obviously, a quite striking figure. As I get him in this pose, no issues, very stable, good weight. He feels really nice. He's not like heavy Sovereign, Fans Toys Sovereign wise. I would compare his weight to maybe Mind Wipe or Dracula, Fans Toys Dracula, if you have him. It's kind of a comparable weight. Or maybe Transform Elements Prime. I know a lot of people have that guy. Alright, so conclusion. Conclusion is Zeta is absolutely killing it right now. They are doing something special with these Railbots. I'm telling you this right now, that each individual bot is so good that I might display them in their individual bot modes and then buy a whole nother set for the Raiden mode. That's how good they are. Because Zeta is known, I say this over and over again, but it's true. They're known for not making the best individual bots like this guy. He's kind of falling apart. It feels cheap. It feels finicky. It doesn't feel good. It has no paint. Again, to be fair, this is the non-metallic version. But overall, and by the way, while I took him out of his shelf, his finger popped off. So, yeah. Basically what I'm getting at is that they are not known for the individual bots. They are known for the combined overall sum of the products, right? Like if the whole set comes out and each bot is just as good as IceLand and the combined mode, the Gestalt Raiden is a knockout, I think they might just have done something special. And honestly, if they do that, there's no excuse for why Fans Toys hasn't finished their aerial bots or their Stunicons, because the big issue for the Fans Toys combiners was they're too heavy. There's going to be a lot of parts forming involved and it wouldn't be able to be a stable bot, right? But this guy is just as heavy as Spoiler or Magnum, if not maybe even a little heavier or on par, and they're doing it, right? So maybe Fans Toys will take a look at Zeta and be like, hey, we can do this, and maybe it will create a good competition and environment so we can get what we want and so that Fans Toys can complete their combiner sets. So I think this is a good thing, regardless if you're a fan of Zeta or Moon Studio or not. If you're in on the set or not, I think this would be a good thing as a Transformer collector in general. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I didn't transform it. I'm sorry. I'm just not that type of person. This is a first impressions video, and to be fair, a long first impressions, nearly basically a review. However, yeah, I'm just kind of taking it out of the box and seeing how it is. I'm not the guy that's going to show you transformations step by step. You know, I will show alt modes in the future of other figures, but it's just, even then, I'm not that guy. I like showing the character, the robot mode, and talking about kind of the meaning behind it and the business practices behind it. That's just kind of my 2 cents. I'm just doing this for fun. I'm here to give an opinion, and that's about it. So, If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you comment down below what you want to see next. And if you want to subscribe and like, great. If not, that's great too. Let me know if you have this guy, and if you have the first one, Dark Knight, I don't know, the blue one, let me know how that guy is. He's still on the way for me, so if he's just as good as IceLand, I'm going to be quite happy. But yeah, guys, be happy, stay safe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.